Everybody, welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to another Sword of Convallaria video. Today, I'm going to tell you about the 4 things that I would like to see improved in this game. I was going to do a 5 things I want to see improved, but honestly, I've been pretty happy with the game overall. I actually couldn't think of a 5th that wasn't just like bullshit. So, I mean, you guys could probably think of a 5th, so you could let me know. But we're going to go over the 4 that I want to see improved. Because there are things. The game's not perfect, of course, but there are things I would like to see improved. Let's get into it. So first thing I want to cover is regarding weapons. So the main way you get weapons is through Fool's Journey, at least initially, right? You're going to go to Fool's Journey, you're going to pick a level, and as you're going through it, you're going to see these chests. You'll get Terra Whispers here, but like at 26 stars, I get a random legendary gear. Sometimes you'll get gold gear. Sometimes chests like this will have gear in it. Where's the one that has this one? Right? There's one here. I already got it, but it had a legendary piece of gear in it. And then you're also going to get it from your daily crossing worlds in the weapon trials. And you're going to look here. Bada bing, bada boom. You're going to click, and you are going to get for the first time rewards and then farmable rewards. So the thing that I would like to see improved personally is I would love right now every way you get gear, it's completely random. It's just a rarity, and then it's a random one of that rarity. Other than like you could buy like one specific one in like the shop or something. That's not that good. I would love to see more targeted gear acquisition because like it's really annoying like when you pull, especially in the early games, like, oh, I did all my rerolls and I got barrel, but I cannot get a gold staff even. I can't even get a gold staff, let alone a cool legendary staff. And I don't mean like we need to just be able to target farm anything we want, but I think it would be really cool if there was some sort of system where maybe when you do these trials, you get a currency in addition, and then like every, I don't know, once a month, once a week, or some number that you decide, you could use that currency as a selector to get a gold equipment. Maybe not legendary, maybe that's too much in the gotcha whale territory, but at least being able to max out one, because what if you want 2 of the same golden weapon maxed out because it's your favorite weapon? And it would be nice to have a path to maxing that out. In addition to just farming random ones and getting what you get, just having a guarantee, basically a pity on the weapons, where it's like, all right, I've farmed this 20 times and I haven't got what I want, but now I have enough currency to get any gold, epic equipment I want. I think that would be a huge improvement. There's been a lot of weapons that I really want to max out, or weapons that I just want to get that I don't have. And other than just doing random weapon pulls and hoping for them, which no one does because it's a whale only thing. It just like it could be a little discouraging, but that's one thing I would like to see improved. I don't want to undersell it. I think that would make the game a better experience. Now, number 2 in a very similar category here. Let's go ahead and go to, I think it'll be easier in inventory here. When we go to gear, I think they need to up the amount of free-to-play. Look at this. Point 1 is right. Like I have a full one of these and like 3 of these. I don't even particularly like this weapon. There's other ones that I would have loved to have gotten besides this, but I'm getting all that. But I think they need to up the currency we get for leveling weapons. You could burn through this stuff fast. Like I can have weapons up to level 40, but like if I want to use certain characters, I just can't get their weapons above 30 most of the time. I'm a spender. I've gotten a lot of currency of different this and different that's just from the different packs in the shop or the different whatever, just like the battle pass and all kinds of stuff. They throw in different kinds of this currency and that currency. And still, if I want to enhance stuff, like it could be really hard to keep up on these without going into the shop and using all your stuff for the exchange. But also this gem dust, you get like none of this when you farm the actual weapon improvement stage. You get like 1,000. You get like literally 1,000. And how much is it? Let's see if I have a weapon that's at level 30 that can go up to level 40. I don't think so, but let's see if there's any weapon that's not capped out so I can see just kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. Here's one at 38, right? It takes 3,000 to go from 38 to 39, and I get like 1,000 from spending currently like on my highest thing for like 20 stam. I get like 1,000, so I have to spend like 100 stam to get one weapon, one level. I just think that this currency, and to an extent, I do think the ranking up currency is a bit too rare right now. I do think that this could use a bump. I go through a lot of it. Maybe it's because long term you're going to need less weapons and it's going to decrease the need for these currencies, and maybe it's just a bigger drain in the early game. But I really think that this could use a little bit of a buff myself. Now, on to kind of the big ones, the ones that I think are actually going to make me have a better time. So, I really want better filtering options. I think it is so important. I mean, you can get really, really advanced, but let's not even worry about that. If I look here, like, I think it's weird to be able to sort by epic units. Like, this is fine because this is like normal, whatever. But like, this is already kind of redundant with just sorting by rarity, right? Because this kind of does the same. You can just go down here. Is it really that big of a deal? But like, that's not a big deal. But the point is, like, this is more of if it's a space thing. But like, do I really need this that much? Maybe. But what I want is I want to be able to sort by stats. I want to be able to sort by like different types of attacks. You know, I want to be able to sort by debuff, characters with debuff skills in their kits. I want to be able to sort by characters with the highest strength, characters with the highest speed, the big one, speed. This doesn't change on based on your level. This is so important. I can't tell you how many times I'm in like tower or something doing a higher level piece of content, and what I need, like, there's an enemy and they go first and they have 208 speed. So I just need to get a character that has 209 speed in order to use my urgent order, so I can then boost any character I want to then go ahead of that character and then like actually get the fight started. But then when I'm like, I need someone with 208 speed. Okay, let's go. All right, 165. Okay, 270. There's an option, but I don't want the ice guy because he's one of the bears and he's whatever resistant. 185, 166, 78, 215. It's like, okay, well, maybe I could use Gloria, but I'm trying to make a free-to-play guide, so that's not really viable for what I want. I just want to be able to come right here and see in order. I want it to show me the speed of the characters, and I want them to show me a little number here, like what their speed is. You know, it's like, oh, what, you know, 117, 236, 270, but I want it to be in descending order. And that would be nice with physical attack and magical attack. And I know that weapons mess with that, but it's still kind of nice because it'll also show me like which character has my really good axe again. I don't know. Is it like what my best weapons? Like, okay, he has one. Because it might be weird to see like, oh, why is this character so high up? Oh, they have one of my really good spears. Okay, I could take that off. And it's like, I just think that these filtering options are very lackluster. I've almost never needed this. The only thing I've ever needed is this specifically to make it a little bit easier. I'm like, all right, I need to find a breaker. What breakers are there? Okay, I don't have a lot of breakers. We'll probably use her because she's insanely good. But that's it. Other than that, I'd never need to go by power. I never need to go by level. I never need to go by star level. I will go by rarity sometimes if I'm just looking for rare or epic units. But then I can also just do that there, so it's a little redundant. So you could sort it by power and epic units, so your highest power epic units. But I don't find power to be that relevant of a stat. It can be, but a lot of the times, like right now, the most important unit in my whole account for the fight I'm doing is Abyss, and I don't even have equipment on her, and she's still the best character for the fight that I'm doing, and her power level doesn't signify that because it's like not really relevant. But so I would like to see more filter options, please. It's redundant at this point. They keep stating it, but I want to say it one more time. I would love to see more advanced filter options. It would be really nice to be able to search for characters that can dispel enemy buffs, you know. And otherwise, I'm like looking here, like, all right, can lightning dispel enemy buffs? No, I don't see any way for her to dispel. Does Angel have anything? Or let's say I had it like this. Does Angel have anything that can dispel enemy buffs? Oh yeah, her level 1 skill. That one could dispel enemy buffs, but it's like, and maybe I'll start memorizing that over time, but it could be really just like annoying. Especially it's like, all right, I can't use Angel because this is exactly what happened in a fight I was just doing. Her speed is way too low for her to do what I need her to do with dispelling a buff. So now I'm like, okay, now is there a character with speed and a spell? And then it's like, I have to just go start asking people if they could think of anything because it just didn't work. Now, finally, and I think this is the biggest one that I want to see improved. The only thing about this game that I think I actively hate, and that's a strong word, and I wouldn't say I hate any of the other aspects. I think the filter options would be nice. The equipment resources, I think, could use a buff. I would like to be able to target some farming equipment. But this is something I actually hate about the game. The one negative thing that I could truly say about the game, and that is the tower heart system. So I have been sitting here for the last hour wanting to do this stage. So this is currently affecting me. And the reason is I got a heart and I did it, but I was trying to go with a different strategy an hour ago. I was like, all right, I want to try this strategy. And I was like, okay, what I was going to go for, the despelling of the buff, didn't really work. It's just not going to work based off the characters that I have, that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to go with a new strategy of stopping their like stopping their passive abilities. Maybe that'll work instead of trying to dispel them. But I had to wait a half hour because I decided to change my strategy after turn 2. It's not like I did the fight for a half hour. It took me like 3 or 4 minutes to decide, okay, this strategy is not going to be viable. It was fun to try it out, but I'm going to do something else. And then the second strategy actually did end up being viable. However, I got a new ability on my character and I forgot to equip it before I went into the fight. And so again, by turn 2, turn 3, I was like, oh shit, I gotta back out. And now I am an hour later, having not been able to do the one part of the game that is the most fun for me, which is challenging really difficult stages. So I hate this heart system. I think it needs to they need to give us more hearts. They need to cut the time in half, 15 minutes. I think those are band-aid solutions. I don't think those are good. I think if they could just get rid of the hearts altogether, or let us use some sort of in-game currency, some gold, and if they really need to monetize it. It's just to stop. The reason I dislike it, fine, another solution first, then I'll get into the more reasons why I dislike it. Maybe just give us the ability, if it's before round 3, like round 1, round 2, you could back out without losing a heart. It's not like as long as you haven't used the backtrack, you could choose to leave without using a heart, or you could choose to use backtracks and try to win, and that costs a heart. Some sort of compromise there, I feel like. But what I really hate about it is this is the one mechanic, other than like the gotcha stuff, where if this feels like so punishing to players that are trying, like free-to-play players especially. I mean, it's punishing to anyone trying to push the tower, but especially to free-to-play players. Because some of these stages are really hard and require specific strategies. And so if you're trying to do specific strategies and you're doing little adjustments to try to make it through a fun level, and this is fun, it's problem solving, it's solving a puzzle of a tactics game using units you wouldn't have thought of. Like, okay, I'm going to go level up not Outlaw Archer because he's already on the team, but Outlaw Crossbowman. I'm going to use Recruited Assassin. I'm going to see if I could dodge this enemy's attacks. Holy crap, it works, but I didn't bring a character that is able to stop this character from summoning wolves, so I want to do that. Suddenly, you're just being punished, and you have to sit here with your thumb in your butt, waiting for a chance to actually play the game. And that's why I made this video, actually. This stupid heart system, I was just sitting here having fun, and I ran out of heart attempts, and then I waited an hour, and I tried, and I made little mistakes, and now here I was like, you know what? I don't want to do Fool's Journey right now. I'm in the mindset of this fight, right? I know how the fight goes. I know the turn orders. I know the units I want to use. I know the ability. I know how I want the fight to go because I'm in the middle of solving this puzzle of this fight. I don't want to take a half-hour break, go do some Fool's Journey, go do some freaking whatever, like, Spiral of Destiny. So I really, really hate the heart system. I think it is a huge stain on what is my favorite game mode. My favorite game mode by far is Tower of Conquest. I don't know if that's common for people or not. This is the most fun I have with stages because pushing hard stages that really push back and using really niche units is so fun for me. I mean, if you look at my team here, you could hit this button, but once you hit start battle, it's over. But if you look at my team here, right, I'm using no legendaries, and I think this is the best team in the game for this fight. Recruited Assassin, Outlaw Archer, Outlaw Crossbowman, Darklight Ice Priest, and Abyss. This is a perfect fight for this team, in my opinion, after having messed with it for a bit. But again, I felt so punished trying to get to this solution. Instead of if I just had all the 5-star, if I was level 60, I had all the legends at 5 stars, it wouldn't even be a problem. I would just brute force it. So it feels punishing to free-to-play players, and I hate this aspect of the game. I love everything else about it, but that's life. Anyway, that is what I would like to see improved on the game. Honestly, like I said before, I'm very positive on the game overall. I love it. I've played 4 to 5 hours every single day since the game came out. Not quite full-time job worthy, but I've played 4 to 5 hours, and then I've made YouTube content on top of that. This I'm not even counting as playing the game as part of that 4 to 5 hours and the other stuff that I do when I'm making content. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know what you think. Are there anything in the game that you think it really needs to be addressed or you would like to see addressed? I know things like game modes and stuff. Yeah, more content's going to come. That kind of stuff is all cool with me. But yeah. Anyway, much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Platypus on the rise, watch the views go.